You won't believe how fast admiration can turn into distance in Hollywood. One wrong moment, one careless sentence, one public slip. For most stars, it blows over. For Denzel Washington, it doesn't. He doesn't yell, he doesn't clap back. He simply steps away, and once he does, there's no coming back. For decades, he's carried a reputation for discipline, respect, and quiet authority. But behind that calm image are moments that changed how he sees people forever. And now, those moments tell a much bigger story about loyalty, ego, and the price of crossing an old-school code. Now, let's talk about the names that reshaped how Denzel moves in this industry. Will Smith. For years, Denzel saw Will Smith as one of the few who truly got it. The work ethic, the responsibility, the understanding that fame comes with standards. That's why the night of the 2022 Oscars hit so hard. When Will walked onto that stage and struck Chris Rock, the world saw chaos. Denzel saw something else entirely. A man losing control at the very peak of his power. Cameras caught Denzel pulling Will aside afterward, offering words that sounded more like a warning than comfort. When you're on top, that's when temptation comes for you. After that night, everything changed. No public feud, no interviews, just silence. Calls stopped getting returned. Invitations went unanswered. People close to Denzel say it wasn't about the slap alone. It was about discipline breaking down in public. Since then, there's been no collaboration, no visible support, just space. And for Denzel, distance speaks louder than criticism. Jared Leto. This one surprised a lot of people. When they signed on for the little things, the media framed it like a showdown. 2 generations, 2 intense performers, 1 screen. But what excited reporters irritated Denzel. On set, Jared Leto leaned hard into his method persona. Cryptic behavior, strange gifts, staying in character long after the cameras stopped rolling. The press ate it up. Denzel didn't. To him, acting happens when the camera is on, everything else is noise. When asked about Leto's approach, Denzel kept it short and sharp, saying he focused on the work itself. Behind the scenes, the energy stayed cold. Leto praised him. Denzel didn't engage. By the time the movie wrapped, Denzel skipped joint appearances entirely. Insiders say he felt Leto was chasing mystery instead of truth. Whatever respect existed never turned into friendship, and once the press cycle ended, so did any connection. Chris Pratt. On paper, the Magnificent Seven looked like a perfect mix. Chris Pratt brought humor and charm. Denzel brought intensity and structure. During filming, they stayed professional, even friendly. But everything shifted months later when Pratt joked on a late-night show that Denzel was so serious, he barely knew how to laugh. The audience laughed. Denzel didn't. The clip made its way back to him quickly. People close to him say he watched it in silence and made one simple observation. Someone was trying to be funny at his expense. That was enough. A planned magazine cover featuring both actors quietly disappeared. Public appearances together never happened. Attempts to smooth things over went nowhere. On that set, crew members learned a rule Denzel lives by. He doesn't explode, he erases. One day, you're welcome. The next, you're invisible. Ethan Hawke. This one hurt because it started with genuine respect. Training Day changed both of their careers. The chemistry was electric. The praise was non-stop. When Denzel won his Oscar, it felt like a shared victory. But shortly after, Ethan Hawke gave an interview that shifted everything. He suggested the script did most of the heavy lifting and that many actors could have succeeded in the role. Fans brushed it off as an awkward comment. Denzel didn't. To him, it sounded like credit being quietly pulled away. When they reunited for a photo shoot months later, the warmth was gone. Hawke tried to laugh it off. Denzel shut it down with a line that ended the conversation for good. Years later, when the film hit a major anniversary, Hawk showed up for the celebration. Denzel declined. The message was clear. Once you question the work, you question the bond. Mark Wahlberg. Things with Mark Wahlberg were tense almost from day one on Two Guns. Wahlberg came in loose, joking, improvising, treating the script like a playground. Denzel came in locked in, precise, and prepared. During early table reads, Denzel let the energy roll, until he finally leaned in and made it clear that the edit would decide whose approach mattered. From there, the gap only widened. Wahlberg pushed for more banter. Denzel shut it down. When Wahlberg showed up late one day and blamed traffic, Denzel calmly pointed out that it hadn't slowed him down. No insults, no raised voice, just a reminder. By the press tour, Denzel barely engaged. He praised the work, not the partnership. Wahlberg praised Denzel endlessly. The respect went one way. A sequel never materialized, and insiders say that was no accident. Tyrese Gibson. The final name is the most painful because it began with admiration. Tyrese openly looked up to Denzel, quoted him, studied him, called him a model for discipline. But in 2014, that admiration curdled into resentment when Tyrese claimed in an interview that Denzel kept doors closed for younger black actors. The comment spread fast. Denzel heard it quickly. According to people close to him, his reaction wasn't anger, it was disappointment. He believed mentorship isn't owed, it's earned. Within days, rumored projects linking the two vanished. Officially, it was scheduling. Unofficially, the trust was gone. Tyrese tried to walk the comment back but kept revisiting it in different interviews, sometimes praising Denzel, sometimes criticizing him. That inconsistency sealed his fate. Denzel never responded publicly. He didn't need to. Silence did the work. So, what's the pattern here? It's not ego, it's not rivalry, it's respect. Denzel Washington lives by a simple code: honor the work, respect people publicly, and handle business with discipline. Break that code, and you don't get a second speech, you get distance. Fame turned these men into icons. Small moments turned them into lessons. And now that you know the stories, ask yourself, who shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want more stories that pull back the curtain on Hollywood's unspoken rules, make sure you stick around. The quiet truths are always the loudest.